Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Soto here. You know what it is. Raiders versus the world, talking about the team that the world loves to hate, your Las Vegas Raiders. So, Mason Graham just went to the Cleveland Browns. That leaves Ashton Genty, probably the best player on the board. Any of, some tackles that are left over was going to be great. It's going to be great, ladies and gentlemen. What do we think here? What do we think? Yeah, Mason Graham is legit, dude. Anyone who says anything bad about Mason Graham doesn't know what they're looking for. He's he's a freaking terror. That's the guy that I wanted. That was my first pick was Mason Graham. And yeah, man, this guy's legit. Ooh, man, it's gonna be a good one. How we doing, Raider Nation? I told you I was going back and forth on whether I was gonna come on, but yeah, I gotta do this. But it looks like Genty's gonna be the pick. All right. Yeah, there it is. Now I'm watching the NFL Network on my computer, so there's a little bit of a lag, and I'm purposely not on my Twitter or anything like that, just because I wanna watch the reaction live. But it looks like it's gonna be probably Genty, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Yeah, yeah. I don't like ESPN, dude. I don't like ESPN. I think I think Mel Kiper's, although I do appreciate his kind of putting draft day scouting on the map. I think he's kind of a parody of himself. Think of like Sam Kinison. Sam Kinison was like a legit comic and pushing boundaries, and then towards the end, he became like a parody of himself. That's what I think Mel Kiper is now. But yeah, I watch NFL Network. They got better guys. They got more guys that are like guys that actually watch the tape. And I'm not saying Mel Kiper doesn't, but there's a lot of guys on there that are just reading scripts. All right, Ashton Genty. What do we think, guys? Dude, what a defensive line the Browns are going to have. I'm talking Browns because they're still talking about the pick, but the pick's coming up right now. Ashton Genty. I mean, look, we were hinted it at, you know, every turn. Ashton Genty, Ashton Genty, Ashton Genty. Yeah, so Rich Eisen right now is saying that the Raiders took like 3 minutes to put their pick in. So they actually did a pick, and it's Ashton Genty. And the Jets have been on the clock for like a good 5 minutes already. Here we go. Here we go, people. Ashton Genty. I'm good with it. Look, I said as long as we get one of the elite four players in the draft, and he was the only elite one left. There was Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Mason Graham, and Ashton Genty. In my eyes, from what I saw, and a couple of guys, and I've been saying this for quite some time now. A couple of guys that I saw on NFL Network and a couple of guys on ESPN were saying that there's only 3 or 4 elite players, and they all said Ashton Genty was one of them. Look, there is it's a balancing act of what you're looking for here. Right now, what we're looking at is this: what is the net positive here? Is the net positive getting Ashton Genty now and then getting an offensive lineman later? Is that combination of the oh man, he's freaking hyped, bro. Ashton Genty is hyped. I love it, bro. Pete Carroll wanted his guy, man. Pete Carroll wanted his dude. That's what I'm talking about. This dude already had a freaking Raiders shirt on at Genty's party. Oh, that's so dope. But here's what we need to talk about here. The net positive. What is the net positive here? Do the Raiders feel that Genty in the first round and then getting an offensive line later makes their offensive line group plus Ashton Genty at the running back position? Is that better than going offensive line first round and then going another running back later? I think what they felt is what I felt and what I've been saying all along. What I've been saying is this: in a really deep running back group, what Daniel Jeremiah said was the deepest running back group ever. Todd McShay said this is the deepest running back group ever. 2 guys that I really respect their opinion. To have a guy be head and shoulders above everybody else in everybody's estimation. Nobody has ever said to me, anyone that I respect that has any type of clout, that any one of these running backs is anywhere close to Ashton Genty. That has to tell you something. When there is the deepest group ever of running backs, but there's one of those running backs that's head and shoulders above the rest. Definitely a player that is a must grab if he's there. At 6, we may have gotten maybe we may have gotten the best player in the draft. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he isn't, but it's possible. I know you guys are liking my Raiders draft cap. I just came in the mail yesterday. Sheesh. But look, y'all, one of the things that we need to focus on here is what kind of message is this sending to the Raiders players, to the franchise itself, to all of Raider Nation? And that message is you win first and foremost with great players. Too often, I think we've been out there trying to squint at players and make them better than they actually are. We did it a lot of years, I feel, with quarterback, but we're not even going to get into that. I had a conversation with someone on another show, and he said, well, if we draft a tackle high, that means we're going to get rid of Colton Miller. I said, why would you do that? Why would you get rid of a near, not quite, but a near elite left tackle? You don't get better by getting rid of players like that. We let a lot of players on defense walk because they were okay. They were good, but they weren't like, you have to break the bank to keep them. They weren't like Maxx Crosby type guys. And we got guys that are just as good to replace them. Ashton Genty is one of the top 3-4 players in the entire draft. And he is now a Las Vegas Raider. He is now part of Raider Nation. This is a win. This is a win for all of us in Raider Nation. Just to show you something about what a dog this guy is. He had 2,600 yards last season, okay? 1,900 of those yards were after contact. So it goes to show you, it wasn't like he had this brute offensive line that was killing everybody and he was just running like crazy. No. He earned 1,900 of those yards after contact. Everyone, I put a different setting for my lives. I'm going to reward my subscribers. I'm going to reward my subscribers. If you want to comment on the chat, if you want to comment on the video after the fact, you got to be subscribed to the channel. I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of something here. It could end up biting me in the butt. I don't really care. I want guys that are invested, guys and girls that are invested in Raider Nation and Raiders versus the world to be able to voice their opinion. If you're just going to come on here and talk all your nonsense and not have any skin in the game, you can go do it somewhere else. Yeah, man. I had my beliefs, and I Genty first. Excuse me, Mason Graham was my first choice. Genty, okay, that's going to be a great pick because he's one of the top guys. And then after that, either trade back or offensive lineman. That's fine. I'm good with it. I think that we all should be good with it. I think we should all take a big exhale right now and say, wow, we got one of the best players in this. I said it before. I said this before. Look, go back, roll tape on the Ashton Genty breakdown that I put out there. Ashton Genty is the best running back prospect to come out of college since Saquon Barkley. What does that say? That says he's pretty damn good. On top of that, in a loaded running back class, what, Armand Membu? Yeah. Hey, what do you know? All the players that I wanted for the Raiders are going right around the Raiders. Cedric Moore, how'd I do? Cedric, how'd I do? Right? The three guys I've been talking about, the entire time went 5, 6, 7. Cedric, how'd I do? Did I nail it again this year or what? The three guys I talked about the entire time. Mason Graham, Ashton Genty, Armand Membu went 5, 6, 7, right around where the Raiders picked. Everybody, if you're not subscribed yet, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to comment, if you want to engage in the chat, you got to subscribe. You got to be a subscriber, man. I want guys that are here that have some skin in the game. If you're just hopping in and out, that's not going to do it any good. I want to give you guys a little something extra that normal people, regular people don't get. It could end up biting me in the butt, and people aren't going to, subscribe anymore because of X, Y, and Z. But I'm telling you right now, if you want to comment, if you want to get into the banter of what we're doing here, if you want to be a part of the community, because that's what I'm building. I'm building a community here, guys. We're going to do a lot. We're going to do live shows. I want to do live shows here. I want to do live shows up in the Bay. I want to do live shows everywhere. I want to do all this stuff for you guys, man. I want to do that. I want to do giveaways. I want to do all kinds of stuff to build this Raiders versus the world community. And the first step is the easiest step. It's absolutely free. Just subscribe to the channel, man. Once you subscribe, you can go ahead and talk all the crap you want because we do that in here. Because once we're out of here, it's us versus everybody else, and that's just the way we like it. Yeah, Juan, I get it, brother. I would have liked to trade down too. I think we would have been okay to trade down a little bit. I would have been fine with that. But ultimately, you win with great players. You can have the best coaches in the world. You could put, Vince Lombardi coaching that winless Browns team or that winless Detroit Lions team, and they ain't going anywhere. You got to have talent. And what John Spytek and Pete Carroll are telling you is something that winning organizations know. You need talent to win. You need talent to get the job done. Ashton Genty is one of the elite players, one of the blue chip players in this draft. One of the best, probably, I'm putting my stamp on it, the best running back prospect since Saquon Barkley. In a draft class that's the deepest, and that's Daniel Jeremiah saying it, that's Todd McShay saying it, the deepest running back class of all time, ever. And you've got the guy that's head and shoulders above everybody else. That tells you something. This guy's a stud. He's legit. He's a stud. He's a monster. And guess what? He's a Raider. It was already written. I hope you guys aren't pushing that to the side. Ashton Genty becoming a Raider was already written, because you guys may not know this, or you guys may know this, but nobody becomes a Raider fan. People are born Raider fans. It just comes out in different moments. I'll tell you something, because there was something about the Raiders that intrigued, that grabbed every single one of us at one point where we couldn't let it go. That's something that you're born with. That's in your DNA. And Ashton Genty is now part of that. So welcome, Ashton Genty. I can't wait to see you out there just breaking ankles and making everyone look foolish while you're running by them. That's what this is about, fellas. That's what this is about. You think I want to come out here and use my time to make this content for you guys, and I don't love the team? You think you guys will go out there and watch this content, take a chance on a guy that you have no idea who he is, talking nonsense on your phone or your computer or your TV, however you're watching, if you didn't love the Raiders? No, man, this is a community, baby. This is a community. And I want to implore every single one of you guys, if you're not subscribed, you need to subscribe right now, because all these perks that I'm going to talk to you guys about, it's just going to get better from here. Oh, that's a sick shot. The stadium with the concert on the other side, that's dope. My cousin lives in Wisconsin, and he just announced that him and his wife are pregnant. So good for them. I think I might go visit him this year. Carolina just made their pick. But look, y'all, I hope you guys see it the same way, man. I hope you guys see this community the same way. Because I'll tell you something right now. This is what we want. This is what we need in Raider Nation. Okay. Now, some of that nonsense is out of the way. Let's take a look at a couple things here. Ashton Genty. What are we looking at here? A couple of things we want to take a look at is pretty much there's so many elite level things to look at when it comes to Ashton Genty. And it's not even close. Let me get this full screen here. Now I'm looking at the beast right now. This is I've studied this thing forwards and backwards. But the beast right now on Ashton Genty, top running back rated. He's a little bit shorter, but that's okay. But he's built for the NFL, man. He's a bowling ball, dense and powerful. Has a way of getting away from defenders with his speed, his quickness, his contact balance is crazy. It's hard to get off his feet. You don't get a solid hit on this guy. He's just dragging people for extra yards. He is a ridiculous stat here. He has 0.39, so over a third of a missed tackle every carry. So every 3 carries, he makes somebody miss. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. He has enough speed to go out there and rip off big runs. Look, a couple of things to poke on Ashton Genty. First off is his size makes it a little bit more difficult for him as a pass blocker. Ultimately, he was really never asked to do it. So it's not I don't think that's that big a deal, if I'm being completely honest. Some people may see may see it different. I don't think so. I think that once he has enough football IQ and he has enough ability to get better at what he's doing. And if you're going to be in the NFL and you want to be a running back on third down, you need to be able to pass block. It's just as simple as that. Yeah, if the Saints don't pick Shadur, it's going to be a long wait. Hey, guess what? The other guy that I freaking mocked early went and ate. Well, what are you going to do? Yeah, man. If Shadur doesn't get picked by the Saints right now, it's going to be a slide. It may be Jackson Dart. I'm going to tell you something right now. Don't be surprised if it's Jackson Dart. I don't know who it is. I'm watching the TV telecast, and it's late. Oh, that's sick. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? We happy? You know what, Sam DeMan? I kind of tend to agree with you. Shadur knew what was coming, and that's why he didn't go. I'll tell you something right now. Travis Travis Hunter went. You know what I'm saying? He knew it was going to happen. Yeah, you're right, Cedric. Spytek's son is not running away for sure. Yeah, guys, this is a great day for Raider Nation, man. Great day for Raider Nation. What we're looking at here. Here are the things that Ashton Genty does at an elite level. I'm talking like as good as anybody in the NFL for the last 10 years. His vision, his football IQ, like his patience and awareness, all that. His balance, his contact balance, his effort, second effort. You know, his change of direction, being able to jump cut and do all that stuff, top notch. His footwork, his quickness through the roof. His tackle breaking, he's as hard as anyone to get tackle on the ground. The only thing you could pick on him on is his receiving because he wasn't asked to really catch the ball that much, but he can do it. He did it 2 years ago when he was thrown to a lot more. And his pass protection needs to get better. Would I be happier with Milrow or Howard? Sam DeMan, I would be happier with Jalen Milrow because I want the better player. They're both going to be developmental quarterbacks. I would like to have the player that has elite traits. And arm strength and speed are both elite for Jalen Milrow. That's why. Because if you're going to be a developmental talent anyway, at least have something that's really really good about you. I'm not saying that Will Howard is not really good, but if you're asking me to compare these two guys, I think Jalen Miller is going to be drafted earlier because he has higher end traits. They're both developmental guys. They're not going to start day one, right? So if you're going to develop a guy, you might as well develop a guy that has elite traits. All right, Saints pick is in. Let's see what we got. I think Miller will be there tomorrow. Oh shoot! What do we got going up here? Oh, Kelvin Banks. Oh, damn. Hey, that's a good pick. I like Kelvin Banks. I like Kelvin Banks a lot. Yeah, boy. Yeah, they got Fuaga last. They got Banks. They're building it from the inside out, man. Banks is probably one of the better players available at a premium position. Premium position, man. Yeah, I know he is. I know he is. But wouldn't it be crazy if our starting quarterback was an athletic quarterback with a big arm that was there at the draft but got picked in round 2, and then we picked Jalen Milroe? Because Geno Smith was the same thing. He was a super athletic quarterback with a big arm that went to the draft, didn't get chosen in the first round, got picked in the second round, but he showed up anyway to be there to walk the stage. Wouldn't that be crazy if Jalen Miller did the same? I couldn't care. I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less. Guys, what do we think about Ashton Genty? Jalen Miller. I got Jalen Miller. You got Sam DeMan. You got Jalen Miller popped in my head now. What do we think of Ashton Genty? I'll tell you something right now. We wouldn't have the worst rushing attack in this in the league if we had Ashton Genty last year. I'll tell you that much. Look at Shador. Oh, oh, oh. Everyone's got their arms crossed. Oh, look, Shador's going to have a fine career. He's going to go out there and he's, going to be a developmental guy and he'll get a chance to start in a couple of seasons. Whatever. I'm not too worried about it. Should we trade back in to get Jalen Milroe? I don't. I think it could be a good idea if we're able to do it, but it all depends on the price. Because if they're asking for like a 1 next year to move up 5 spots, because we got 37, if we got to give up a bunch to move up 5 spots into the last part of the first round, I wouldn't do it. It's not worth it because you still have to develop the guy, and you already have. If you didn't have a quarterback, I can see you can okay, this guy can be a quarterback for us right now, but you already have a quarterback. Come on, y'all. Where did everybody go? If you guys are watching and you want to comment, and you can, it's because you're not subscribed to the channel. I really implore you guys to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to build a community here, guys, a Raider Nation community, and the first step and it's free and it's the bare minimum you can do as a commitment to this community is to subscribe. If you subscribe, you can comment, you can leave, you can do the live chats, all that stuff. So it's free to subscribe, man. Just hit the subscribe button. If you don't have an account on YouTube, create one. It takes 2. If you have a Google email, it'll take 2 seconds. Yeah, Kelvin Banks is a good guy. I like Kelvin Banks. He's a good player. All right, guys. Well, look, I'm going to go under the assumption, okay? I'm going to go under the assumption that we're no longer going to draft today. So I gave you guys a half hour. I gave you guys my thoughts on what we're doing with Ashton Genty. We saw the pick, and we're good to go. So, guys, that's my time for today. I appreciate you. Everybody, please make sure if you're watching this to like, comment, and subscribe. It's absolutely free to do. It's a great way to support the channel. It's a great way to be a part of the community, and it's the bare minimum you can do to support the channel besides doing absolutely nothing and just watching the video, which I always do appreciate. But I want to make sure you guys understand the reason why I changed these these settings, because I want some commitment to the guys that are commenting here, good or bad. I don't have a problem with bad comments either. If I'm off on something, that's fine too. But I want to give the opportunity to voice your opinion to the guys that are actually committed and subscribe to the channel. RJ, I believe RJ wanted Mason Graham, and then he said he's I don't remember what he said. I don't know that it was Ashton Genty, but I'm not quite sure. But I think he said to Mason Graham. Is RJ subscribed? I don't know. Maybe. I'm sure he is. All right, guys. I appreciate you. That's my time. Until next time, everybody. Actually, you know what? Wait, before I do that, tomorrow I'm gonna hop on a little bit later. I'm gonna hop on right before our third round pick. Because if I hop on at our second round pick, they're gonna sit around for the third round pick. I'm gonna be on here forever. But we'll see, man. I may hop on for the second round pick too. Who knows? But we'll see how I feel. See how I feel. Feeling froggy. All right, guys. That's my time for today. Appreciate you guys. You know, it's all about us, man. This community is growing. It's growing like crazy. We're over 1,900 subscribers right now, almost at 2,000. That may not seem like it's a lot, but dude, I'm not this like tween girl. I haven't been on TV. I don't know any famous people. This is just us and the content. That's all it is. I've only been doing this channel for like 3 months, and we're already over at 2,000, almost 2,000 subs. And it's all because of you guys. I really appreciate you guys. Guys, if you want to be a part of the community, you got to subscribe, man. It's the minimum you can, bare minimum you can do to support this channel, besides doing nothing at all. And if you don't subscribe, you can't be a part of the community. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, everybody. Peace.